Hey guys and gaias, this is Desideria, and I'm just going to put out a little news on the California fires. I came across this article by ABC News, and whether you agree with it or not, it's titled, Trump Threatens to Pull Federal Funding for California Wildfires Over Gross Mismanagement. So I'm going to read you that article, and then I'll probably post the actual news video at the end of this. But two things I want to point out. Number one is this is in line with Alex Jones' hatred of California. So there's another similarity between, the fake news and InfoWars and Trump appearing on Alex Jones' InfoWars show during his campaign. And then, and then the second thing was the California, supports immigrants and really protects them. And also the Silicon Valley, the San Francisco, the LGBTQ community, which, I believe that Pence and Trump are against. So it seems to be in all the homeless, the tent cities, all the homelessness. It seems to be an attack on, California, like some sort of genocide on California. And please see Deborah Tavera's videos at stopthecrime.net. Check out her stuff too, because she lives in California and she covers a whole host of things. Do you have anything to say to it?
No, California's been through 4 years of drought just before you go on. So, and there's all the geoengineering spraying that's going on with all the aluminum. The aluminum dust is highly flammable.
Yeah, and it's covered California.
It's covered California in.
Yeah.
So that's two things to note. And then there's these geoengineered generated winds that are being done to whip up any fires.
Yeah, check out our geoengineering videos and see that.
So that's all going on.
Yeah.
That's what's happening and causing all the fires. And we believe that federal have got some part to play in.
Well, and there's videos suggesting even laser targeting.
Yeah. So directed energy weapons. Yes.
Yeah, that's it. That's the name of it. Yeah. See, I don't know. I can't keep track of all these different types of ways men can kill people.
I know. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, literally. Go see my video, Walking Dead of Patriarchy.
Yeah, but this article is... I'll go ahead, babe.
Yeah, so the article, I just found it, I wanted to put it on Earthkeepers because I just thought it was, something that we needed to know and that we needed to put out here that was happening because the fire is huge.
It is.
And it's caused a lot of lives. Now, also, on top of the shooting there that just happened, too.
Yep.
So this is a double whammy. So for the president to be attacking the state after they just went through, the same amount of people being killed in the shooting and the same amount of people right now that have died in this fire so far.
California seems to be in constant state of fire. There's a wildfire somewhere all the time.
Yeah, and we just got snow and ice here on my birthday, which we haven't had for a long time, and they don't even have salt at Walmart or anything ready for people yet.
No.
So anyway, that's a whole other topic. So anyway, it says President Donald Trump woke up in Paris on Saturday in the mood to make threats toward California as it deals with deadly wildfires in Northern California and hundreds of smoldering homes in Southern California. In an angry tweet, the president threatened to pull federal funding for the state if nothing is done to remedy the situation. Trump is in Paris to take part in a commemoration for the 100th anniversary of the end of the World War I, but his mind was still on the disaster unfolding out west in the U.S. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold and cough here. 9 people have died in a spat of wildfires that began this week. All of the deaths were as a result of the campfire in the area of Paradise, California, near Chico. Almost the entire city was decimated by flames early Friday. Oh, there you go. We're going to blame campfires. Next thing you know, we're not going to be able to camp anymore either.
Yeah.
We're going to be like Russia, and we're not going to be able to evangelize or speak against a Christian church. It'll be illegal. It's going to go back to that. Anyway, the president approved an emergency declaration for the state on Friday, but warned he may not do the same in the future. Emergency declarations provide municipalities with air support, relief supplies, and evacuation transport. Trump's tweet actually says, there is no reason for these massive, deadly, and costly forest fires in California, except that forest management is so poor, billions of dollars are given each year with so many lives lost, all because of gross mismanagement of the forest. Remedy now, or no more Fed payments. Fire officials said Trump's statements and remedies were incorrect. One leading California fire official on Saturday called Trump's comments a shameful attack on California. The president's assertion that California's forest management policies are to blame for catastrophic wildfire is dangerously wrong, California Professional Firefighters President Brian K. Rice said in a statement on Saturday. Wildfires are sparked and spread not only in forested areas, but in populated areas and open fields fueled by parched vegetation, high winds, low humidity, and geography. He continued in the statement. Moreover, nearly 60% of California's forests are under federal management. So let me repeat that again. Nearly 60% of California's forests are under federal management, and another 2/3 under private control.
That leaves approximately 15% of
that the state can actually do something about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is the federal government that has chosen to divert resources away from forest management, not California. So I'm not going to go on and read the rest of the article. I'll put a link to in the description below, but you get the point. Just thought I'd put that out there. And like I said, keep an eye out on Alex Jones and Trump. There's a connection there, and their beliefs and what's going on. The the rise of the LGBT community. These old school patriarchs trying to come against it. Yeah. That's basically what it is.
It's the patriarchs against
the old school patriarchs against California. Which I want to make a real quick note that Silicon Valley from California. It has a sister or a brother, you would say, at Silicon Wadi over in Israel, which is the #1 tourist place for the LGBT community. Imagine that. Yeah. In Israel. So there is clearly something very off about all this. And why is Israel the holy land of the Brotherhood then? If it's the #1 tourist spot for the LGBT community. Yeah. Weird. Weird stuff. So anyway, good luck, California, and this is definitely not your fault. We believe there's a lot of things going on that are causing it. Yeah. And it is an attack on California, but make no mistake about it. It's an attack on the whole world. We're in World War III right now.
Absolutely.
The end of patriarchy is at hand. The fall of the brotherhood of man and fatherhood of God. Return to the religion of the earth. Peace out. Stay safe.
We begin with that breaking news, a state of emergency in California as deadly fires explode across the state. President Trump ordering federal assistance to help with the disaster.
Here's what we know right now. At least 9 people are confirmed dead in Northern California, where fast-moving flames wiped out an entire town. More than 6,000 homes have been destroyed there. The fire, now called the most destructive wildfire in the history of California. In Southern California, 2 major fires forcing the mandatory evacuations of more than 200,000 people, including the entire city of Malibu.
We have team coverage on the ground. Let's begin with ABC's senior meteorologist Rob Marciano in Malibu and the weather conditions fueling those flames. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, Eva. The weather conditions are not good, as you very well know. Malibu, a beautiful spot, one of the most beautiful in the country, but now it is up in flames. We are at the Pepperdine University campus overlooking the Pacific Ocean. You can see behind me flames just to the west and north of this campus, which has not been evacuated. Over 3,000 students and faculty remain on this campus, so there is a furious effort to knock back the flames. They're actually using a fire hydrant on the center of this lawn to fuel up these choppers, and they're coming in one after the other to make night drops, something they don't usually do, but it tells you just how urgent this situation has become. The Woolsey fire now over 30,000 acres burned. For more on that, let's get to Matt Gutman, who's live for us this morning. Good morning, Matt.
And Rob, those firefighters are so stretched, they can't even get to fires like this. This is a multi-million-dollar home south of Calabasas, where we are right now. In fact, this entire neighborhood has been obliterated. All the mountains around here are scorched and not a firefighter in sight. That's how stretched they are across Southern California this morning. I want you to just take a quick look at this house. That's actually the main part of this home. There's a tennis court over there, and this is just the garage. This is all that's left to burn in this particular home here. Overnight, those fires ousting hundreds of thousands of residents from their homes.
Report of 3 people trapped in a house.
People trapped in cars. There might be some injuries.
A line of fires in Southern California turning homes to cinders, racing across the landscape faster than firefighters can contain them. Residents like Rebecca Hackett desperate to outrun the flames, filming on Instagram as embers pelted her car.
Please, God, please let me out.
I was really scared earlier. I was in shock. I definitely thought I was going to die. I thought I'm not going to make it out, but I just kept driving because I didn't know what else to do.
Earlier, officials ordering residents to evacuate in advance of the fires.
Mandatory evacuation of this area.
So much chaos that Pepperdine University apparently given mixed messages, leaving 3,500 students in the fire zone.
Just went back to our room to get some blankets.
All of them are okay this morning, but the aftermath here is apocalyptic. The Woolsey and Hill fires have grown to 40,000 acres in Ventura and Los Angeles counties.
I'm fairly certain it's gone. We stayed long enough to see the flames almost encircle the house.
Chaos. Fire engines everywhere. The houses near me were burning. Embers were flowing all across my house.
Fires forcing evacuations of star-studded neighborhoods like Malibu and Calabasas, with many celebrities posting to their social media accounts with their status, like Caitlyn Jenner on Instagram Friday, posting to her 9 million followers after news that her Malibu home likely burned down in the fire.
Don't know if the house made it or not.
And President Trump criticizing containment of the fires, tweeting, "There is no reason for these massive, deadly, and costly forest fires in California, except that forest management is so poor." And again, Rob, you get a sense of what firefighters are going through, the heat coming off of just this garage burning right now, and what's left of this house is absolutely intense. Now, where you are, you're probably seeing a lot of police cruisers, a lot of firefighters, but they can't be everywhere at once. And one of the problems that we are encountering, and firefighters as well, is that they haven't been able to count the numbers of homes destroyed and damaged. There are just so many of them to go through. They'll probably get to those numbers later today, and you can tell how dangerous some of these situations are. Rob.
Well, absolutely, Matt. As you'd imagine, it is a frantic effort right now just to protect structures, as we're seeing here on the campus of Pepperdine University. This is a statewide event, though. It's been going on for days, and it started in Northern California with the largest, most destructive fire there, with at least 9 people dying in the Camp Fire. Live for us this morning in Paradise, California, is Will Carr. Good morning, Will.
Rob, there is a thick blanket of smoke across this area this morning as homes are still smoldering. A handful of those people who died in this fire were actually inside of their cars trying to race to safety, but it all just happened too fast. This is now the most destructive fire ever in California history, as this community has been reduced to rubble.
This morning, the death toll rising at the Camp Fire.
We now can confirm a total of 9 fatalities.
The blaze ripping through 90,000 acres of land, destroying more than 6,000 homes in just a few hours.
We're in a neighborhood surrounded by flames. You can see flames shooting out of the roof of this home, and then check out this tree right here. You have flames shooting hundreds of feet up into the air. This entire community is burned to the ground. Everything here is gone.
We're just hoping right now that our home's going to be okay. You know how sometimes there's a home that's okay. We're hoping that that home is ours.
We're about 95% sure our house is gone.
This weekend, large parts of the community look like a bomb exploded, leaving only rubble and heartbreak behind.
It's devastated. We're grateful that we got people out as quickly as we did yesterday, but we have a lot to do to rebuild.
27,000 residents still under an evacuation order after many raced to safety, braving roads surrounded by hellish flames.
It was pure chaos when the fire swept through this area. You can see this car crash. Some drivers simply jumped out and ran for it. We have seen miles upon miles of charred cars.
Nearly 25,000 without power in Butte County up north, and close to 20,000 more powerless in Southern California. Parts of Paradise now look more like a wasteland. Cars incinerated, homes destroyed, and animals helplessly roaming the streets, including this dog burned and confused, a highway patrolman stopping to help.
Unbelievably, that highway patrolman lost his home in this fire, but he's still out there making a difference. As for the cause of this fire, the local utility company said they had a problem with a power line right before the fire broke out, but the official cause is still under investigation.
And the devastation is heartbreaking. Many reporters and photographers have seen the destruction as it's been happening.
That's right. KCAL 9's Serene Branson here now to show us some of the damage and just the heartache that these people are experiencing right now.
Yeah, well, you know, Peter, Suzanne, we have all been out there, right? We have been out on these fire lines, and when you see something happen, when you're on live television, there is nothing so scary. You know, you have to keep it together, and a number of our reporters and photographers have been out there. They've seen houses collapse, they've seen cars catch on fire, and we want to show you some of those images that we've seen. As you can imagine, it's so hard to watch as the fire chews up homes, cars, and everything in its path. This is video of a home collapsing as our crew rolled on the fire. This is right off Canaan Doom Road. This is a scene that we have seen over and over again. Large homes in the Malibu Hills, in the Oak Park area, simply collapsing. This video shows a Volkswagen sedan engulfed in flames on Pacific Coast Highway yesterday, also near Canaan Doom. We're told a relative went to check on a family member, and the flames moved so quickly, the car didn't stand a chance. And to our north, the Camp Fire in Butte County near Chico has claimed at least 9 lives. The entire town of Paradise, which is home to about 27,000 people, is leveled. The city center, as well as surrounding homes, are gone. We're told that about 900,000 acres have burned and 6,500 homes destroyed. More than 50,000 people remain evacuated, and as of last night, the fire is only 5% contained. President Trump took to Twitter this morning to talk about the firestorm, and he threatened to cut funding to the state. He wrote, "There is no reason for these massive, deadly, and costly forest fires in California, except that forest management is so poor, billions of dollars are given each year, with so many lives lost, all because of gross mismanagement of the forests. Remedy now or no more federal payments." The comments were Trump's first about the massive wildfires. And you might recall back in August, he posted a similar tweet that blamed other fires on bad environmental laws. At that time, he also claimed that water from Northern California was being diverted into the Pacific Ocean. So a pretty controversial message from the president about the wildfires this morning. Of course, this is just the first time that he's talked about this on Twitter, but we'll see what he has to say the rest of the day, because obviously we have a state of emergency in California right now.
We really do, Serene. And one of the most harrowing images that you just showed us was that poor family who had to drive through the fire with flames just all around them.
Right. You know, as reporters, we go into those situations, but I can't imagine having my baby in the back seat with what little I've taken from my home, knowing that this may be the last time I'm seeing my house.
Just goes to show you it's not just here in Southern California dealing with fires all up and down the state, Northern California. And again, it is now considered the worst fire in California history.
Right, the Camp Fire up in Butte County, right outside of Chico, the most destructive wildfire in California
and
history.
We heard that last year with the Thomas Fire near Santa Barbara, but now another fire has taken that title. So it's just unfortunate that we keep seeing this more and more, it seems.
Right, yeah. It seems like every year we're setting a new record, not a good one.
No.
That's